What's going on there, people? It is the Kai Theme Podcast, episode 9. I'm here with my co-host, Gamdo. He's back, actually. Back a little early.
Your boy
And,
Illusive Theory.
yeah, I got Mr. Illusive over here. Newest edition. So, we have actually a lot of shit to get to today, but what we're going to start off with is, something we actually were all debating on whether even talking about, but the only reason we're going to talk about this is really just to clown him. And if you want to know, we're talking about the whole Tiger Woods incident where this nigga got into a car crash. Listen, hey, he survived. That's all good and well, but nigga, here's one question for you. Why are you still driving? The last time you were in some controversy over here where you're cheating on your wife and shit like that, and he did that very poorly, I have to say, because it's just not the most smartest way to go about, hey, this is Tiger, I think she's onto us. Nigga, you're an idiot. But his wife was, I believe, took a golf club, a fucking 5-iron, beat up his car, and then he got into a crash then, too. And it's like, nigga, you need to hire a driver. How about that? Hire a driver. Stop thinking you can drive.
Pretty much. I don't know. If you have that kind of money, there is no reason you should be driving yourself around. Just sit in the back seat, enjoy, and just kick your foot up in the air, and just have a driver drive you around, bro.
Yeah, because clearly, yeah, you can't drive. You're a terrible driver.
Just a terrible driver.
So
I was the one who questioned why we were even going to talk about it, because we had this huge debate via text message with between the three of us, because both these dudes and myself included had no idea anything about Tiger Woods other than the fact that he played golf.
Pretty much, yeah.
Pretty much.
And I was like, why are we talking about this just because he got into a car accident? The stuff that I found out, because first of all, Tiger ain't even his real name. That's how unknown he is to me. I don't even know his first name up until a few days ago. And then, just all these things. I personally, I don't like Tiger Woods just because of the fact that, for one,
I agree. After all the things
he has,
I just don't care.
He doesn't contribute. He doesn't contribute to the community. He doesn't identify as black, even though he looks like the nigga from Sweet Life of Zack and Cody. That whole
Mr. Mosby. I love that show back in the day, bro.
He looks just like him. He's just like, no black, no black. Straight up just denying. And then on top of that, is known for these little anger management little scenarios that he has. And then on top of that, out of every other sports player out there, I'm talking football, basketball, you name it, during Trump's presidency, he's the only one that would say, you know what, I'll accept that Medal of Freedom. I hope they replace that nigga's
he got a Medal of Freedom?
Yeah.
For what?
I don't know. Freedom of golf. Well, now guess what? He's freedom for walking now because he can't walk. Like I said, I hope they replace his fucking shin with a 5-iron from his back trunk. Fuck that guy.
Yeah. I just gotta say, I didn't know much about that stuff until you told me that. Yeah, nigga. Yeah, I don't think he's gonna be playing golf again anyway. Good riddance, you know.
That's why I was trying to say. I was like, hey, should we cover this right here? Because we have no
idea. Yeah, we had this whole huge debate about it.
Bro. Yeah. I am going to see a comeback, bro. I'm telling you guys, these stories always.
Izzy thinks there's gonna be a comeback, which I almost owed him $25 because they are making they already announced they were gonna make a Tiger Woods documentary.
Oh my god!
I don't know what they're gonna do because this dude's trying to make a comeback. I don't give a shit about it.
The last few episodes is gonna be about that damn car accident, and how his triumphant return to golf after his accident, breaking both his legs and shit. He's coming in here with 2 fucking metal legs and making history about
this nigga probably
robot legs playing golf.
This nigga probably got the money to get some cyberpunk fucking modifications anyway. So yeah, see this nigga with some metal legs throwing a 5-iron.
I hope He's all like tink 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 as he's walking on the grass. I seriously can't stand this dude. This dude is the reason why, and I'm not gonna give like my exact location, but in Washington, he went to this part of the town that I used to live in. He came over there and then he raised the property taxes and making the rent go up just because of the fact that he was there. And I was like, why are you even here? Fuck him. Fuck Tiger Woods.
That's gonna have the money, man, and social power.
Yeah.
Wherever you go, the property value raises up.
They
fucking-
took that shit so serious. They actually made it a plaque. Like there's some like in some part of the town they'll say like home of Tiger Woods. No, it's oh man. I'm glad I went on a run today, so I'm not all tensed up and stuff like that. Because yeah, fuck Tiger.
Alright, bet. Yeah, fuck this nigga. We move it on. So, I guess we could just go into, like, gaming shit. So, you know, this was a while back. They finally announced some Ninja Gaiden property, man. Like, I'm, like, a huge fan of the Ninja Gaiden license. They are finally remastering it. I hope it does well enough, personally, because I would like to see a sequel, because the last one they did was pretty boo-boo. They did, what was it, Ninja Gaiden Yabe or some shit? You weren't even playing as Ryu, you were playing as some nigga during a zombie apocalypse. Like, that shit was fucking stupid. I don't know what they were trying to do with that.
Why do they call it Yaiba? If it's
because that's the name of the
zombies?
ninja. That's the name of the ninja you were playing as, is Yabe. And here's the funny thing. I remember
So he was a demon?
He was part of the Demon Clan, or whatever the fuck, one of those clans that Ryu fights in there. But here's the thing that kind of was, like, a little weird, because I remember playing it. Ryu, in the beginning of the story, Ryu killed this nigga, and somehow an organization found him before he died and then made him into a cyborg. So I was just like, I'm not really
someone and then they find you before you died. What?
Yeah, I don't know what they were going for with that. And honestly, it just was like a bastardization, because also too, you had to fight Ryu in that game series, and that shit was just like, what are we doing? Like, just no. So like, yeah, it's just dumb. Like, just go back to the only reason we're here for Ninja Gaiden is like the aesthetic and Ryu, because he's fucking badass. This nigga's a ninja fucking going around doing all this super cool shit. So yeah, I'm personally just happy that this is actually happening. I'm definitely gonna pick it up. Yeah, it's pretty much, I don't know if one of you guys have anything else to say. It's pretty much all I got.
I'm gonna tell you right now, I'm just off for Ninja Gaiden. I play a couple of it. I played Sigma, and I also played it on the PlayStation 3, and I played it on, was it PlayStation 2? No, I played it on PlayStation 2, then 3, then I played it on the Vita. I was still terrible at it. Never really beat it. Always get stuck on a boss, and I can't fucking get past it. I just fucking quit that shit and move on.
Actually, you know, Izzy, you just reminded me of something, because, yeah, I have it in here. So a lot of people are bitching, apparently, because this remaster includes the Sigma versions of these games. And I don't know, when I was looking into it, the reason that the PlayStation versions like are different is not only the Sigma title, but because they changed some of the levels and enemy shit and stuff like that, and like pacing and all this stuff.
Did it made it more difficult, or what?
I think, yeah, that's something people were complaining about, is like they made it like certain sections more difficult than like the Xbox versions, because the Xbox versions, the first game was just called Ninja Gaiden Black, then the second game was just Ninja Gaiden 2. So when it came to PlayStation, it became Ninja Gaiden Sigma, and they changed shit. But I'm just gonna say, it's not that big of a deal, man. Like, if you really want to go play the old ones, just go get a fucking Xbox 360, dude. It's really not like.
Just pull up your old PlayStation 3, whatever the fuck that's worth, and play.
I mean, we're talking about a game that is almost under level of like Sekiro and Dark Souls and stuff like that. Games like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like they could have easily. I'm not sure, because I mean I don't think I've seen any gameplay of the remaster, but I mean they could have easily just reworked the whole thing from the ground up and made it like Sekiro.
That's one thing I forgot to mention when I was looking it up. I think the reason why they had to change the ports from Xbox to PlayStation is because I believe the lead, either the director or the producer guy, the head of the guy who worked on the first two games, he left. And apparently they just hate that nigga. So they decided, yeah, let's just change the games and, you know, they didn't want to get his permission to use soundtracks or some shit like that, and so they're like, "Fuck him, we'll just make our own ports." I was like, "Okay, wow, yeah." So
that's one thing about you leaving a company. Y'all leave it in good blood, or just leave it in bad blood, and everything just goes to cinders, and
yeah, which
pissed off people.
Case in point, that's basically what happened with Konami and Kojima. It's like, and then after this nigga left, now you're like bastardizing his whole series. You released that awful game with the fucking Metal Gear Zombie shit. I was like what are you guys doing, man?
Yeah,
like,
I'm not
just give this nigga. I'm
still salty about that because
give this nigga his property back, man. Come on.
Yeah,
I
thought at first I wasn't really a fan of Metal Gear Solid, just because of the fact that it was never on my radar. And then when I got Metal Gear Solid 5, just knowing that that's like the last Kojima project in the Metal Gear series, I was just like, damn. And I don't know, Kojima did end up making Death Stranding, but Death Stranding is it's a
unique game, if you want to call it that, for sure.
Yeah, I'm just not really into that, but yeah, hopefully, I don't know. We'll see more.
From my understanding, they're gonna be making a remake of the original Metal Gear on PlayStation down the line for PlayStation 5, but that is still a rumor that is going around. But
yeah, I could definitely see them doing that. Metal Gear is such a big thing now, because when I came in, I played. I never finished it. I want to finish it, but I played a lot of it. Metal Gear Solid 5. That got me into the series. I played a little bit of 4, I think.
You mean Guns of Patriot?
Yeah, Guns of Patriots. Yeah, actually, no, I think I did beat that one. Actually, yeah, that one was pretty fun too. But what was I gonna say? There was a point I was gonna make. I fucking forgot it. But yeah, I do hope that they remaster Gears of War, Metal Gear Solid. All these Gears, God of War, Gears, fuck whatever. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But yeah, I hope that happens, because I wouldn't mind playing it from the beginning. I know Metal Gear has like it's a confusing story, because I remember I actually, like, when I just am bored and I'm playing a game and I want to know more about the story, I just listen to people like on YouTube like talk about the overall story. Metal Gear is a very interesting but convoluted story. It's convoluted as fuck.
Yeah. It's not told in a linear format.
After a while, you lose track of which snake is which, and yeah.
Yeah, because like it's just like when Metal Gear Solid 5 introduced Venom Snake, which is like basically the imposter of Big Boss, but then like he's responsible for certain shit going certain way. So when you kill him, and then it's like the original Big Boss, this nigga turns evil too. It's like, what? Like, I just, it is still just a fun game. So it's best not to try to make sense of whatever the fuck we're talking about. So yeah, it's just kind of wild. But yeah,
a whole lot of stuff game wise.
Besides this, that's what I was just about to bring up is, if you haven't heard of what the travesty that is Anthem, you've been living under a rock, man. Listen. This was the surprise of no one. So, BioWare and EA, they had talked about how they were going to do this revamp for Anthem, and we're going to save the game, make sure it was how it'll be how it was supposed to be released, and all this shit. They said that like a year ago, like a year or two ago. And since then, it's been quiet as a fucking mouse, with no details or anything. And then, now you have the story where they basically just canned it. They're not doing that. They're not doing anything to update. They're just leaving it the way it is and closing it down. So, all that to say, you wasted development time. You rushed development of your two other games like Mass Effect, and what was the other one that they kind of cut over to? I forget. But they based
Dragon Age.
Yeah,
but
maybe
it was mostly Andromeda that they wasted, because they used a lot of the assets that was supposed to go to Andromeda apparently, and then they used it for Anthem.
Yeah, you see, that's just stupid. So now you've wasted a ton of money, and all for nothing. And mind you, because you've done all this stuff, nigga, I am you are so far off my radar. I don't care what you do with that next Mass Effect. I'm just gonna watch the reviews, and as soon as that shit, I'm just gonna laugh. But I'm not hoping it's going to be shit. I hope you guys can somehow reclaim what little honor you have left and make a good game. Because I actually really enjoyed the Mass Effect series until you made that Andromeda game. That shit was just garbage. But I say all this to say, this whole model of games as a live service, that shit, nigga, you guys need to stop. I'm talking to developers. Stop doing that. Because you also have Avengers with Square Enix. That's another game that tried to follow, and the only successful game that's done that we know of is Destiny. They started the whole games as a live service thing, and the only reason that it's still going on is because they put so much money and development time into it and actually turned it into something that is like, you know, good and plays well and all that type of shit, and they're constantly updating and adding new content.
And even they struggle to keep that amount of content coming on a regular basis.
Right.
Because even right now, some of the Destiny players are pretty unsatisfied with some of the things that is going on in the game because of the content drought. But,
right.
Yeah, they're still keeping afloat.
Yeah. So
it reminds me of the Outriders game that Izzy was talking about, because like that, like Square Enix is, I mean, it's a totally different company, but they're clearly trying to do another live service game after the Avengers was a disaster. And I'm not gonna lie, I'm 50-50 on it, because the three of us did try that demo, and the one thing I really don't like is the fact that you can't jump. I don't know why in games nowadays, this is 2021, you still can't jump. That doesn't make sense to me. I don't like that. I'm not a fan of not jumping.
There's a lot of barrel rolling and ducking from cover to cover. And for people who have like these really high superpowered ability, it really sucks that you can't jump. But I mean, the Devastator class in Outriders can jump, but he only jumps when he does a jump attack.
Okay, see that.
He only has like the jumping ability when he's doing like a ground pound where he goes in the air, turns into a giant boulder and slams into the ground.
That's stupid. That's so dumb. Like, is this the Dragon Ball universe? Are we in the gravity chamber times 300? Like, we just not capable of jumping? Like,
I just don't understand that either, because I know it's kind of part of the core mechanics of ducking from cover to cover and rolling around, but if you see the ability that these guys have, there's no way none of them shouldn't have like a super extra human ability to jump way higher than people. Like, you have this guy over here with a telekinetic ability that he can just straight up lift somebody in the air and pull them wherever he wants to pull them. And even the villains, like a few of the mini bosses that we fought in the game, they pretty much have ability to levitate around the game. So
exactly, and they have some pretty dumb abilities. Like, it took us forever to defeat that one guy. The fucking fire tornadoes going everywhere, and us just getting disintegrated.
So I don't understand why they didn't build a jumping mechanic in there. But I guess it's just, if they would have done that, it was just gonna make the levels way already is. Yeah, because the level in those games are really like.
Yeah, they're really linear, and I think that's why they didn't add it in, is because, like, what would have jumping added to the level structure? Like, it's just not, like, it's a very, like, concise game, and I do like the gameplay for what it is. I'm looking for another game that, because we spend a lot of time on playing, like, Apex, or Izzy plays Destiny a lot. I mean, I used to play Destiny a lot, too, but I kind of fell out of it. But yeah, I just want another game that's kind of like I can put some time into that'll be fun, you know?
Yeah, just to play with friends, you know, because, I mean, we could play single-player games always, but we're just going to be spending most of the time doing is telling you how cool it is and what kind of section you played and how you played your own section of the game. But if you're playing as friends together on a co-op game, it's just more fun because you're all experiencing that one unique thing together, you know?
Exactly.
Yeah, I don't know. Like, you guys are going to have to let me know about that game whenever it comes out next month.
Oh, I'm not pre.
Yeah, I'm not.
I'm gonna wait. I'm gonna wait for the review. Even though I'm kind of glad, like excited to play it, but I'm not gonna pre-order it. I'm gonna wait for the review because I want to see more of it. Just because I've seen other people play it and give their thoughts about it doesn't mean I'm just gonna gun ho and jump in it and buy that shit.
Exactly. Exactly.
Yeah, I mean, it's just when I played the game, I just wasn't a fan of like the design because it kind of looked like when I had that Destiny helmet on and I had like that little one eye, like I was just like, yeah, I feel like if I really wanted to get into this, I would just download Destiny again. These
Right.
guys all look like they got giganticism or like fucking bear hands or something because they're just
But
gigantic.
that's the
Yeah,
thing, though.
that's funny.
Like the game is pretty much just making fun of Destiny in a way too.
Why would I want
Because
to play a game that's making fun of Destiny, a game that actually works?
Yeah, you know what's funny? You know what's funny is that because I remember I was talking to a Witty about it. Because a lot of people were apparently saying or like hyping up Outriders as like, oh, this is going to be the Destiny killer. I was like,
I don't know.
no,
No.
I don't know whoever
no,
said that. Even the dev didn't even fucking say that because what the dev came out and said like they're pretty much making a game where it has a beginning story, a middle story, and an ending story where you're gonna play a full experience of a game. And once the game is completed, there's extra side content that you could completely new story to do for end game that does not involve replaying any of the story based mission that you did.
right,
So the end game is just gonna be end game where it's just things that you don't you partner up with three or two of your other buddies and go in a 3-man co-op mission strike kind of mission related activity and grind for higher level gear and just keep mixing your ability to the best of your that you can and see how fast you can beat those missions. Is pretty much what they said they're gonna be doing. They
right.
have no interest in making the game anything more than that. And it's not gonna be like Anthem where after you beat the game you're just going back and replaying all the story mission again, or like Avengers where you go back and replaying all the story missions just to get better gears. They said you're not gonna be doing that in any of the
Oh my
any of
god.
your end game content. It's just every end game content is gonna be its own mission created for that.
I mean, that's all well and good, but it just doesn't look interesting to me. I think they need to step away from like the space thing and they really need to try to crack at it with cyberpunk stuff, like actual genuine cyberpunk, because obviously 2077 did not live up to any expectations that it had 7 years ago, and that I feel like that's free real estate right there. Space has been done to death. Like I'm tired of seeing it. I want to see people with body modifications, and I want to see their necks extended to tentacles. I want to see all that shit. I don't want to see people with space helmets and ghosts and ghouls and goblins. None of that. Like,
Ghosts and ghouls.
I
And
mean, it's
goblins.
just always the trend, you know. Like, if it isn't some weird post-apocalyptic shit, it's all zombie post-apocalyptic nonsense. So it's just the trend that's going on right now. I mean, there is another game that was going to be coming out called The Day Before, and there's another kind of like Walking Dead, not walking, yeah, Walking Dead in a sense, but it has more of like a division aspect playthrough, but it's a MMO survival horror where you go and like scavenge, kind of like PUBG, but it with a story where you are actually surviving the world and you can meet other players. If you decide
oh,
to start
okay.
shooting other players, then you may screw yourself because they may be playing with that buddy and you may be playing by yourself and they could kill you and take all your gears.
Damn. So kind of like Rust.
Yeah,
Damn.
something
I
like that. But it's not a battle royale. It's just a survival MMO RPG game that you play and just survive in a city or in a world that just pretty much is ravaged by virus and such.
right. Yeah, I don't know. I'm just not really a fan of live service games, just because of the
Me
fact that
neither.
like there's no like the initial release comes with a lot of originality to a certain degree,
But it's
but then
always
it's just
buggy.
like, yeah, it's buggy, and then once they get like the revenue, they're gonna be like, are you gonna add some more content? They're like,
Nope.
nah.
Nah, we're done.
Yeah, and
Because
like I said, like the Avengers Square Enix one was probably by far the worst I've seen.
it was because like you can tell they just half-ass it and just like, yeah, since this is gonna be a live service, I think we have like bare minimum content to push out, and we're just gonna come back later and add whatever the player needs. And they overestimate the entire idea of live service because you cannot just release a half-ass game and just expect everybody to just enjoy that shit.
Exactly.
Yeah, and then what I was telling Kai Beam, I was saying like, why did they think it was gonna be a good idea to try to make a game about one of the most unpopular Marvel characters in the current comic book universe of Marvel. Like, I'm sorry, Kamala Khan is not and will probably never be popular unless they like do her her Disney Plus show or they make a movie about her because no one knows about her like that.
I mean,
People don't even like the regular Captain Marvel
okay,
Carol
so
Danvers.
I can say I
Yeah.
agree and disagree with that because by just from the Marvel Avengers game, for most people who play it, from what I've seen, they pretty much has become like a Kamala Khan fan just from the from the Avengers game. Because most people did not know much about her, but from playing the game or just looking at videos on YouTube, they have kind of get a little insight of what her abilities are and what like so. That's why I think people there are more fans of hers now compared to before when the Avenger games wasn't released.
Mm.
Yeah, I suppose so. I just think they should have done it a different way. Like take advantage of Spider-Man, even though I mean there is like a Spider-Man game, but like take advantage of like someone else that isn't well known because I don't know. I don't know where I was going with that, but I just wasn't a fan of the Kamala Khan storyline at all. She was just like Mr. Fantastic, but wearing
Right.
Carol Danvers' outfit.
Right.
Yeah.
So I don't know.
Yep.
As far as games go, we saw like the PlayStation State of Play was
Yeah.
probably just a reminder of how bad like game reveals have gotten in the past like 3 years. Like we saw games like Deathloop and stuff like that, and like Final Fantasy, but these are all games. Well, except for Final Fantasy Retrograde, or whatever that was called. That one was new, but it's like we've seen all these games before.
That's another thing with that state of play. Like after watching that, like it just reinforced the idea that the PlayStation 5 and the Xbox Series X are waited to release in 2022 instead of 2021 because they pretty much have zero content for why people should actually buy these damn consoles. And
Yep.
why just not wait until you have actually exclusive games that people will play on the consoles? Because right now there's no reason for to buy either of those consoles unless you
There
just
really
want to
isn't.
play your current game at a better frame rate, and that's about it. But they should have waited because most of the features on the PS5 that they even advertised, none of it are even working since release date. Like just like the extended memory slot for the M.2, they're gonna release update during the summer in July to actually have a way for you to have extended storage. Why July? And this game is released. This system is released almost 5 months now, or is it 3 months? I don't know. I'm just
When
trash.
did it come out? November?
Yeah.
I don't
Like,
November or October. I don't remember, but
Yeah.
it's getting close to 5 months now. But
I just don't know why they like
they should
why
not
they
release
didn't.
the console
Yeah, they should have
last year.
made it an M.2 generation 3 instead of 4 because that's expensive as hell. Like
It
I have
really is.
I have two M.2s in my computer, and I mean I'm pretty sure there would be like a little like some slight difference, but it's like I don't need to pay $200 for assumingly like 500 gigabytes because
Right.
I hope it's not going to be that. I hope it's going to be a terabyte, but that just means it's going to be even more.
It's gonna
more
be even
money.
more expensive. Yeah, because
Yeah.
now you're paying like twice the price of the console because the base console barely even have a proper or 500 gig 500 gig memory in there because at most you could download three full size games and that's about it. And if you want to download any other games, you have to delete the current games that you have.
which is
Yeah.
garbage.
Pretty
Like
stupid.
that's garbage, dude. That is
Garbage as hell,
exactly
man.
why I do agree with you. Is yeah, I do feel like they should have just waited. Because even now, like they claim, and I actually I think I was changing my mind. They claim that God of War, Horizon is supposed to come out this year. I don't think so. I don't think
I
those
told
shits are
you,
gonna
you
drop.
you you should temper your
Yeah,
expectation, my guy.
Oh,
That
yeah,
game is not going to be coming out this year, man. The
yeah,
best they could do is tell you, "Oh, we have the
yeah.
finished product, but
It'll be
look forward to
2021, but
2023
yeah.
or 2022."
Yeah, because they said it's 2021 with God of War. They never specifically, or Horizon specifically, had a
They never
date.
a specific
So
date.
yeah, I really highly doubt it's gonna
And
happen. So.
and in my opinion, I think they just released those trailers just to hype up and tell you, yeah, these are in the works, but it's coming, so get excited for it. But I don't even really think they have a game plan yet on where they want to take these stories at the current moment.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I don't know anything about Horizon. I mean, I'm not too much really a fan of it, but God of War, I'm definitely interested in it just because of the fact that like the both of y'all and then another friend was
Yeah,
telling me like,
and
hey,
dude,
you should
I
play
still
it.
haven't believed you have not played God of War 2018 yet, bro. How?
Oh, I didn't because now the first experience I'll get is the PlayStation 5, and I'm
Well,
yeah,
better
okay,
time
I
than ever.
understand. So you are actually gonna play God of War 2018, right?
Yeah, 2018,
Okay.
and then
yeah. I
I'll
mean,
play it
he'll need,
consecutively.
yeah, he'll need to understand the story because I mean, realistically, you don't even have to play the older ones. The older ones,
Nope.
they're all just recapped in that one, so
Yep.
it's kind of it's
And
pretty cool.
because like the way they did it, I, it's kind of like a soft reboot at the same time. What the
Yeah,
way they did it is just awesome because you don't really have to play the first 3 or 4 God of War games to even understand what where the current new 2018 one starts because they move you completely from that settings of the old one into a completely new setting. So it's pretty much like a new game all by itself anyway.
yeah,
Because none
Yeah.
of the previous characters besides Kratos is in the game.
exactly.
And if you count his sword as characters, then yeah, his swords from the previous games are in there.
Yeah,
Mm.
yeah. Which was an awesome thing. I was when I was playing that game and it was like revealed that you were gonna get his Blades of Exile. I was like, oh, dude,
Yep.
that's fucking awesome. But
And
yeah,
they really brought it back in a really good way
yeah,
in entire settings too. So that was pretty great.
yeah. I'm
Let's not
definitely.
spoil let's
Oh,
not spoil it too much for Fro because I
yeah,
think
yeah,
he wants to experience that too.
yeah, yeah. But yeah. In terms of games, I'm not really sure. We don't really have much more topics, so I guess we can get into like the. We just have quite a few random topics. I guess I could
Did we
just.
talk about the Mortal Kombat one yet, or have you guys not seen the Mortal Kombat trailer? And
I
Mm,
seen it.
I haven't.
It,
We talking
it
about the
was
movie?
interesting. Yeah, yeah. No, they're basically. I like how accurate it looks for one. I mean, I'm glad it's about time. Like studios should like treat games adaptations as like treat them seriously instead of like giving them like cheap outfits
right,
and then not cheap out on the like special effects because a lot of this stuff that shit was cool, especially
yeah,
towards the end when it was like Scorpion and Sub Zero fighting.
fight. It was so much like what I imagine Mortal Kombat should be. Like
Yeah,
even if the story is junk, just to see them using that ability in that uh format is just really interesting to me. And like the characters in there, even though you have a lot of serious characters in there, there are just a lot of there's just a few characters who can bring like a light-hearted moment in the movie. And Kano seems to be he's gonna be like that character who's just gonna be bringing comic relief to like the entire
yeah,
movie.
yeah. It seems like I hope they don't go too much on the Drax thing, like trying to make him like Drax the Destroyer and
No, I don't think they're gonna do that. I think he's just gonna be the guy who's just gonna be doing like breaking the fourth wall commentary with stupid comments where serious stuff is going on.
yeah.
Right. Yeah.
Overall, I mean that's something to look forward to. I mean,
No, definitely. And it's not even gonna be too long and we're gonna see it and we can still talk about it post movies, after we
yeah,
see it, talk about how good or how terrible it is. But
that's true. I mean, I guess since we're kind of getting to the movies, then, man, very Superman heavy stuff going on because, I
Yeah.
guess we'll start. I guess we'll start with, we should start with the fact that they're talking about rebooting because then this will lead into the Supergirl, announcement for the Flash movie. So, um, the way things have kind of happened, Superman and Lois was a CW show that got recently was released, and honestly that shit was surprising to me. And I think because it's doing so well the first 2 episodes, they're backtracking on whether or not they actually want to make another Superman movie. So that J.J. Abrams, fucking hell, he's gonna make another reboot, and then you're gonna have this one guy. I don't know his name, but he's responsible for Black Panther, Captain America, the comics, and he wants to do a Black Superman with Michael B. Jordan. And I'm not gonna lie, like I don't like the idea of diversifying a non-established character, because certain superheroes who haven't been established, like Superman and Batman, for example, shouldn't try to strive for diversity in that right there, because you haven't even gotten him right with Man of Steel.
Yeah.
And since I'm rhyming now, Henry Cavill hasn't even had another Superman movie, even if you want to exclude the Justice League and Batman v Superman. He hasn't really got a chance to really shine. So why WB is shooting themselves in the foot twice with the Blunderbuss, I have no idea. And then they want to go ahead and implement Supergirl in there too. So
okay, I can tell you right now, like the Black Superman thing, I can see it working pretty well as long as they don't set it in this current MCU they have and just set it somewhere.
MCU.
Yeah, this nigga said DCEU, nigga.
DCEU. My mistake. DCEU. Because I'm not gonna lie, like the Black Superman is actually pretty. He's a pretty interesting character. Way
he
more
is.
like he's a well-educated brother and like became president and like friends with Lex Luthor and all that shit anyway, and he's pretty much fighting a different demon than Superman, the main universe Superman. So I think they could actually have a good interesting twist on there, and that's something that people haven't seen yet. And also, like, think about it, there are a lot of B-list characters that pretty much like people didn't think that they would make a good big screen adaptation of, and it worked out. So I don't know. I could give him a chance with that, you know.
Yeah, I'll give it a chance. It's just I don't want them. I just don't want them to overdo it with like I don't want them to do. Like I would prefer if they did it like the Black Panther way, and not the Luke Cage way, because that whole thing right there just put that whole narrative, and it's kind of gets to like a little Black Lives Matter kind of a thing. Like I don't want them to be like, oh man, like these people are bulletproof, because for some strange reason, ever since Luke Cage came out, like it just seemed like it was antagonizing like black folk, like black men, that they're like, oh man, you Luke Cage, you're bulletproof, like just instigating. And I don't want them to do that. I don't want them to be like, oh, this gives people an excuse to make it seem like we are superhuman. I don't know, maybe I'm like,
I don't think it's gonna go that route, because like what I think they should do is have it where you have just a genuine character moment and just give a good backstory of how he is Superman.
Yeah,
and
how he came to be.
Yeah, and just not try to tell you like there's another Superman, this other universe or whatever. Just ground it to him just being his own version of Superman, you know? Don't even imply there's another Superman out there. And I pretty much like, even if they are still doing the Black Superman thing, whatever the rumors is for that, I still want them to just keep Henry Cavill as Superman in the DCEU anyway.
The main
DCEU.
Like,
I mean, they have like 5 or 7 Batman projects going on right now, so I don't see
which is why
they cannot have like 10 or 10 Superman projects. I mean, that's a bit excessive, but I don't see why.
I do think they're trying to more so go into the same route as Marvel with the whole multiversal shit. Maybe, granted, they need to lay the groundwork a lot more, because like they just for some reason feel the need to just rush everything. And we're talking about this Superman stuff, and I do agree, I hope he's his own universe, because then maybe you have some like multiversal, like maybe you do Anti-Monitor in a big way or some shit like that. That would be awesome. And you have all these guys fighting together. That would be really cool. But yeah, I'm hoping too with this Supergirl's news, because they casted her for the Flash movie. everyone keeps joking that is that Flash movie ever going to come out? I have no idea, but I mean,
Is it though?
because like they don't even have a date. I don't think so. It is kind of just like you guys are making
next year.
It is. You see, I didn't even know that.
It's just it's like, hey, is it gonna come out? Are you gonna film it? I mean, it's good that they're making these announcements, but if you can't keep a director and a writer together, like I swear, like they need to make these guys like sign a contract, and they just can't leave. Like if they leave, they have to serve time in jail. That's how I feel like it is, because
Flash movie is like the most funniest thing that is going on, because they always announce all these exciting things that is possible in the movie, but they never freaking bring out the movie, dude. And like you're saying, they have how many? You said 3 directors. They was cast on now.
They had 3 to 4 directors.
That's ridiculous.
They just kept leaving, and it was like, when is this gonna come out? Like the closest thing we had that was like, excuse me, like a confirmation that it was actually gonna happen was when they were starting to announce that, hey, Keaton was gonna reprise his role as Batman, and then it was gonna do all this other stuff, and then Ray Fisher was gonna be let go from the Cyborg role, and all this other stuff.
I think that guy just had it come in, bro. It's like he enjoyed playing Cyborg, but there was just too many things going on there that kind of like,
I do gotta wonder if that means for them, if they're just gonna. I mean, they said they're not gonna recast now, but I mean, are they going to eventually? Like there would be no reason to not do that. So
they're gonna recast them because they still need that roster of Justice League,
which is weird because he's not even originally a part of the Justice League.
That's what I was about to say too. Isn't
he took the entire role of Martian Manhunter, because I think Martian Manhunter was supposed to be part of that 5 instead of Cyborg, but
I believe
they went with the new 52 route. That's why he was part of that last instead of Martian.
I believe that they said Martian Manhunter is supposed to show up in the Snyder Cut, actually.
Oh, he is gonna show up.
Yeah. So that'll be
something with Al Jordan too.
The military has him locked up, because I don't know if you guys seen the IGN Fan Fest or something that they've been showing like behind the scenes of most what's going on with the Snyder Cut. But like the military guy who was like interviewing Superman and trying to get all his why he was on Earth and all that, they have Martian Manhunter locked up at the moment.
They said that guy was actually Martian Manhunter.
They did?
Yeah, no,
okay.
It's really weird. Like that guy that talks to Superman, like he was actually Martian Manhunter. For some strange reason, he chose not to act when
himself?
Doomsday. Yeah, when Doomsday, because Zack Snyder said that he just felt like it wasn't important enough, despite the fact that he died. He got stabbed in the chest with by Doomsday. Like
that is some interesting information right there. I did not know that.
Yeah, so it was revealed during some storyboarding.
Oh, okay.
Man,
so, that's crazy, but yeah, I don't know. Like my only thing with the reboot is like don't call whoever is going to be the Black Superman. Don't call him Clark Kent.
Oh yeah, they really shouldn't do that.
You do that. That's a bad.
They could come up with any other name. Just don't call him that.
What's the guy what's the name of the Black Superman in the comics?
Let me see. I keep forgetting his name, but I think it was Otto something.
Yeah, just name him that. Like since they're going off of Elseworlds, you like don't do that, man. Like that, it's so lazy, and you're gonna cause a lot of like shit for it.
Yeah,
I just don't think that it's necessary. And then as far as like the Supergirl thing, like, man, Flash, come out, man. Just make a movie. It doesn't even have to be good, honestly. I just want to see what they're gonna do with Flash.
Oh yeah, they're gonna be going. His name is Clark Kent, but I think it's supposed to be Cavell Ellis or some shit like that. But
see, Cavell, that's a good name. They should just do that.
Cavell, yeah. What, Cavell Kent?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, the thing is, though, is even if just don't name him Clark. Cavell, that's a good name because that's weird. I don't think I've ever met a black dude named
Yeah, his
Clark.
name is Cavell Ellis, and he still has this Kryptonian name of Kal-El though, but his name should be Cavell Ellis.
That's fine.
Yeah,
That's perfectly fine. If that's the case, I'm all for it. I just hope that Michael B. Jordan doesn't get shit for it, because dude's a phenomenal actor.
Yeah, he really
yeah,
is,
he
bro.
is.
But
He is.
you know, people are gonna like every time they cast an actor, they always get flack for it until people see the final product. Then there's always a in between where there are people who absolutely love it, people who absolutely hate it, and just people who are in between and like, he was cool. But
Yeah, I mean, people are giving the Supergirl actor flack because she's like Colombian,
already,
and she
oh
has
my
dark hair, which is just like, guys,
God.
if she wanted to, she could just dye it.
Exactly.
On
I
top
don't
of that,
know, man.
too,
It's just
on top of that, honestly, isn't it kind of weird that they're
it
somehow
doesn't.
cousins?
Yeah,
Yet she
why
has blonde hair
blonde hair
instead of black.
exactly, man? But
Yeah, that's
I mean,
strange.
that's the same thing we were talking about this Superman TV show where like the twins, even though they are twins, one of them have a blonde hair. So I don't know, maybe like in that
Yeah,
family, blonde and black hair runs in their Kryptonian family. I don't know what the hell is going on with that alien DNA, but yeah,
it's genetics.
I really don't have any problem with what color hair do they have, dude. As long they tell a pretty captivating story and something that is interesting and not just for the cash grab, even though
Yeah,
always
and don't make her insecure. Like she's a complete. I said this when Supergirl was like first out there. She is not the same person as Clark Kent, where she's
she
insecure.
really isn't. No, because like she's really like outgoing and like super outgoing. So I don't know if they try to go and pull that nonsense where they're making her where they pretty much try to make her like Clark Kent, where she's like trying to be timid. That doesn't work. That's not
No,
all right.
that's why I couldn't get into the Supergirl, amongst other things. But I couldn't get into her character just because she's all wearing glasses. Like, oh gosh, I have to go to get to Cat Grant. Like, man, if you
Yeah.
don't flip a goddamn car right now,
Yeah, I don't understand why they always try to pull that because like Supergirl should be her own character. Like she's pretty unique on her own, and sometimes like she's even more on the base level, way more powerful than Clark than Superman
really.
most of the time. So yeah, I mean
yeah.
most of the time like she's on the base level always more powerful than him. So I
Because
don't know why.
she technically is older than
Yeah,
Superman. Because
she
for some,
is.
Oh,
because what was she in the negative zone for the longest time, and then she
Yeah,
ended up coming to Earth?
yeah. I think
Yeah,
her space pod was trapped in the out of the Phantom Zone or the Negative Zone, one of those things. It always flip flops between the
yeah.
comics.
gotcha.
So that could be it. But as far as the TV show goes, because both these guys are skeptical. Well, Izzy's
Yeah,
seen it. Elusive
yeah.
Theory saw it.
I've
And
just heard about.
his biggest grief is Doom guy Lex Luthor. Which I
Yep.
mean, he does look like Doom guy. I'm not gonna lie. When I saw the helmet, I said, "Oh yeah, no."
He
I
is
think he
just a
was probably
carbon copy
demon.
of Doom Guy. He's even green like Doom Guy. Come on, bro.
Well, I mean,
Like,
Superman, Lex Luthor does have green. He should have just had some purple highlights. That would have been convincing. But
right.
I think he didn't have that because of the fact that they wanted to keep the mystery to it.
Mystery, I guess. But I think eventually, because his AI on the ship at the end of it said they're gonna do a couple of modifications to the suit. So I'm guessing after the modification, they're gonna go with more of his comic accurate robotic suit that they actually had in the Supergirl TV show, but way more probably more detailed than that. You know,
Yeah.
way high like a crypt or L on the chest with kryptonite in it, so it's always weakening Superman whenever he comes close to it.
Yeah, which
That'll
I
be
gotta
interesting.
say, I found it so surprising because like the cinematography, like the film grading with it was just so well done.
Oh,
I
it was
didn't
on point, man. I love that.
I didn't think I was watching an actual CW show, and I think it's mostly because of the fact of the HBO budget that they got, since HBO was co-financing it. And yeah, I just hope that it's like it does well. It only has 15 to 16 episodes,
Right.
so the budget's not gonna be stretched out to 23. Because the problem that I have with a lot of the Arrowverse shows is that these guys think that 23 episodes with a bunch of filler makes up for a good season, but you should just tell the story so
And
I can
just
see
get it
how
over
Barry
with.
Allen
Exactly.
cries.
Stop wasting my time with nonsense that have nothing to do with the
Yeah.
current iteration of what's going on.
A lot of that shit will be like villain of the week shit and fucking things I don't care about. Oh no, Iris doesn't love me anymore. I don't give a fuck, nigga. Like, dude, come on.
And that's one thing I'm glad about this show right here is like they're like, yeah, there's gonna be no villain of the week. We're not doing all this stuff because there's so many interesting things like off the first episode. Like his sons, like I had watched it twice, but Jordan, his like dark-haired emo son was like getting on my nerves, but then I realized like, you know what, like that's how teenagers are.
And that kid is literally dealing with some mental issues that needs to be tackled, bro. So like I totally understand that, you know, like Superman, like as much as he's been Superman, he's just in the TV show, he's just been an awful dad. Because I mean, he's trying to connect with his son, but even though he's putting the effort, he's not putting enough effort for that. He's always like, I gotta save the world. My son is always going to be here. But his sons are growing up, you know? And not only are they growing up, one of them has like a really bad like anti-anxiety or social something disorder that he was diagnosed with. But
yeah, social anxiety.
Yeah, and that is something that really needs to be tackled. And Superman, as great of a hero that he is to the world in that universe, he really is not a good father. Because his other son, it's easy to be a father to that kid because the kid is just an all-star athlete and he just doesn't have a lot of problems besides like every time he got a new trophy, he just tells his dad about it and say his dad's gonna sound proud of you, son. But the other kid is really he really needs the parents to be there always for him, you know. But Superman isn't always there. Lois Lane, she's there as a mom, but both of them are two like successful journalists, so the time that they make for their kids is not really things that is available at the time of the plot of the movie going on. So that's why I like where the plot is going, where they just move back to a small town to focus on their family. So that is really a good aspect of Superman that we haven't seen in a while, you know, because now he's pretty much going to be doing like the Jonathan Kent role, where he's the one being the father figure and trying to give advice to his kids.
And I like that because like that's the humanizing thing that they try to do with Man of Steel,
right?
Where he was just like, man, how do I get to their level without, you know, trying to force something? Like I can save all these people all day, but being a parent is the hardest thing like in my life right now. I love it. Like I
love that too.
They haven't done anything like that, well, at least correctly, and. No, like that's the reason why I love this show so much. I think it's easily going to surpass Flash because I'm just kind of tired of Flash right now.
It is. I think it is because like right off the bat, just the setup of it seems like it knows where it's going, and if they keep up that momentum, I think they could do some really good stuff with it.
Yeah.
Yep. Yeah, I think I'll wait to watch it. I'll wait until the entire season's completed.
Trust me, once we start hyping you about how great the episodes are, you may actually jump into it without even having to wait. But
plus you're probably not going to want to wait either because you know how CW does, where they'll take a break and stuff like that.
Right.
We'll let you know by like the second or third episode.
Yep.
Yes. All right. We have a couple topics left. I just want to quickly cover. So. Yeah, Bobby Shmurda actually got released from prison. He was supposed to, his sentence was supposed to go until February 23rd, 2026. So they actually released him like 6 years early, which is actually surprising.
Who got released from prison?
Bobby Shmurda. Right, you might.
Can you give me a background on who he is?
It's murder, bitch.
Yeah.
It's murder.
Yeah. That's pretty much. I mean, he was pretty big like a while back. Like I forgot exactly. I'm trying to look through the story. Like I guess they don't have the full details. Oh right. He was the one who made Hot Nigga and Bobby Bitch. You know, like you know. Those songs back in 2016 around that era. But then, like, you know, listen. As with all rappers, we always make fun of this point. Everyone does. Like, these niggas put incriminating evidence in their songs. So that's exactly what happened. But here's the thing that I found really interesting. So all of him and his crew got booked. Not one of them flipped them. And they all took the bid. Which is like, that's, pretty crazy.
What did he get incriminated about again?
Like gun charges.
Yeah, gun charges.
Murder. And it was conspiracy too. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, crazy. His sentence got blipped. Like it was snapped by Thanos. He got released 5 years early.
Yep. Yeah, no, seriously. It's like, it's crazy. But yeah, man, welcome home, dude. Just don't go back. And don't incriminate yourself.
He said just don't go back.
Yeah, don't incriminate yourself again, man. Like,
it's in the studio again and try to just stay on the straight and up, Like, that gangster shit doesn't pay, bro.
Did you see that Artist World video though, where he was?
Yeah, I saw part of it where he was
trying to make music, but he kept bringing up Bobby Bitch, and they're all like, "Yo, we need something original." He's like, "Oh, I'm gonna have Waka Flocka." Like, yeah, I don't know. It's gonna be a little hard. He might end up going back because he ain't no Takashi. I'm not speaking Takashi like he's a good person. He's a piece of shit too.
Yeah, nah. We'll see. We'll see in time. I mean, we've seen with people like Gucci. I mean, he's been to prison quite a few times. But, I mean, this past time, he's actually been, on the straight and narrow Gucci. I mean, like, he's just doing music and living his life. So, hopefully, Bobby has had enough of being in the pen and, continue on the straight and narrow, make your music, make your money, and keep it going, man. You know what I'm saying?
As long as he's hitting that studio again and just trying to get his stuff going, man, that gangster shit ain't paying off no more.
Nope. So definitely isn't.
Crime has stopped paying since there were webcams put out every single
every corner of the damn street. Hell,
Big Brother became a thing.
When I step outside, bro, all my neighbors have freaking cameras everywhere. At the corner of that freaking house. Like, the doorbell is fucking camera, like, motion camera, like, every freaking where in my neighborhood is camera everywhere. So, like, yeah. So, cameras just everywhere, man. You just gotta be careful with that nonsense. Crime just doesn't pay anymore.
Nope.
It never paid to begin with anyway, so.
Maybe in the 40s. My internet didn't cut out. I literally explained how people commit crimes in the 40s because you had no social security. You could literally, like, buy out the police. Crime? Yeah, no. I'm not going to get into that. I'm not trying to incriminate myself.
Yeah. Just congrats to Bobby on that. I just wanted to talk about this, which is some good news for Meg Thee Stallion, actually. So she's actually going to graduate in the fall. And I thought it was cool, too. The only reason I brought this up is because someone had tweeted her and basically said, what did she say? I can't believe she was going to end up in the health field. Thank God she chose rapid. And then she said, "Ma'am, I'm about to graduate in the fall, and I'm still going to open up the facility. Hope you get them retweets, though." She actually is planning to open an assisted living facility in her hometown, and all the people in her class who she's doing all her little work with, she plans to hire them on, which I think that's pretty dope, actually.
That is awesome.
That's pretty dope. I mean, I hope that those people, because I always say, especially with assisted living, they need to take better care of the elderly, because, like, I don't like the whole idea where people just like, oh man, I'm just gonna take care of these old ass people right here and steal from them and abuse them and stuff like that. That stuff is whack. Like, if you do that,
it
like,
really is, man.
Yeah,
you're a bitch if you do that.
Yeah.
So I hope she's successful with that. She gets everything organized where those people aren't pieces of shit and they deserve to get put in the back of the trunk, and they actually take care of these elderly people. So
and the idea she's getting out no student loan, that is just fucking awesome, bro.
Yeah. No, seriously.
That's the best thing that would come out of anybody graduating, man. You don't have any fucking student loans to start repaying. Yeah.
Yep. Yeah. So I hope, like you said, I hope that all works out, and I think it's a really cool thing she's doing. So, congrats to her for
and
that.
honestly, this right here, like, I like hearing news about this. Like, this whole thing with her getting shot in the foot. by all little McDonald right here.
Yeah.
McDonald.
Honestly,
I hate seeing news like that. News like
Yeah.
this. I
What
love to
happened
see
now?
it.
yeah,
Shot
remember that whole situation with the Tory thing, dude? That whole situation was
Let's not
fucking,
get into
yeah,
that
like,
nonsense
we
right now.
really don't.
We were
It's over. Yeah, it's over.
Doing that nonsense.
That
Yeah,
shit
no,
is just
I'm just
wild.
saying,
It's
like
just,
I like
yeah,
to see this news right here, not the other shit.
yeah, yeah, for real.
But,
So going on, this is kind of more music stuff. Now listen, here we have another rapper here who, I don't know, like I've talked about this before, where you have like a lot of these rappers that, and I was never really, I'm talking about Meek Mill. I was never really the biggest Meek Mill fan, but he is another black rapper with like some power and just finesse and clout and stuff, right? So what I'm talking about here is he he makes a song and he references Kobe, but the way he does it is just like, why? He says, yeah, and if I ever lack, I'm going out with my chopper. It'd be another Kobe. So I don't really know why you would say it like that and not think that his widowed wife wouldn't come at you and say, yeah, that was tasteless.
Some people need to shut the hell up.
Yeah, I don't
need to get smacked in the mouth. Like that's what it really is.
listen. It's just dumb, and I've said this before. Like, Izzy, remember like the last podcast I believe where I was talking about like these rappers that I actually looked up to. They always say or do these really corny or stupid things, and I just don't get it.
Like I'm saying, like if some people are in a position of where that freaking words is gonna just create a stupid controversy or just create a shitstorm, they just need to just fucking shut the hell up. You don't really have to share your opinion.
Yeah.
I know it's a free speech. We have a free speech system in this fucking country, but like, if you're gonna say stupid shit like that, you deserve to get a lot of flack for it.
Yeah.
I mean, you have free speech, but there's also consequences. And
exactly. That's the thing people don't realize because there was like, oh, freedom of speech, like you're censoring me. It's like, nigga, no, say what you gotta say. Just remember, there's repercussions. Like
your repercussions is coming with your fucking freedom of speech. So enjoy your freedom of speech, but don't say somebody's like bullying you or like hating on you if this not like clowning your ass for being a dumbass. Like, yeah.
And any smart rapper, like, because I know there are probably some people that be like, oh man, if J. Cole would have said something like that, he would have said it better. No, he wouldn't have said it at all.
Like,
exactly.
That's stupid.
If anything, he would have paid homage like any normal person would have done. Like
R.I.P. to my brother Kobe, something along that line. Not saying stupid shit about dropping off the damn freaking chopper.
Like, how do you write something like that and then all of a sudden just sit back, put the pencil down, and be like, nah, this is it right here. Like, what?
Let me get this question out. Doesn't he have proofreaders for his stupid ass raps anyway?
Probably not.
I'm pretty sure most rappers should have proofreaders. Like how anybody who has freaking money should have a damn driver to drive them around. Like same fucking shit over here. If you're a rapper, you're gonna say dumb words. Have a proofreader read that shit and tell you, hey, maybe that's not gonna fly well with the people, you know.
Bro, you think people who have like are in like an inner circle are gonna have differing ideas? Like they probably like you would have had 3 people that would have proofread it. He'd be like, nah, bro, no, this is it right here. Like put this shit up right now. Like
then if you start getting a lot of backlash for it and a lot of flack, don't get mad at your inner circle for not telling you that wasn't gonna turn out well.
Yeah. I mean, initially I forgot this piece too because this just goes into like some of the things he's done before too, like pre-prison. Because like post-prison, when he came out, you know, a lot of people were doing the free Meek shit because he was wrongly, you know, that whole situation stuff. But
it's like that entire situation. I totally understand, man. I was on his side about that shit because it was just stupid. Like to get that high sentence for stupid shit that you did when you were young. That just it's not warranted, you know.
Yeah. But it's just when you use your platform to just do shit like this, because prior to this, he had that whole thing where I told you guys about it, where he was at some corner with like giving kids like, listen, money is not, yeah, $20. Like, listen, money's not the issue here. Like, he can give any amount of money, and it wouldn't have been enough. Like, because everyone would have just complained about it. But you don't make a video doing that, and then you have like the kids are like, you know, leaning on your car. So he's like, hey, don't touch my car, don't touch my car. It's like, dude,
he just should not give that money.
Or he just like, you should have, but why don't you just not record it? Like, why are you like posting this? Like,
was this the same time when Drake was giving out money when he was doing that one song?
God's plan.
No, I don't think so. No, I think it was after that. But still, man, it's just like it's just corny. It's just corny. It's just corny, man. Like,
yeah,
you just come off corny. And when he first this situation with the Kobe lyric, this is what his response was when people were giving him flack. I don't think we on the same signal, y'all. I don't see what y'all see. I'd be looking at the net laughing like, I did what? I say random shit all day on socials. It becomes a trend to hate on me every once in a while, but I feed off that shit. I'm a beast, literally. It's like, okay.
Oh man, you gotta love the lack of self-awareness.
Yeah, it's just like I'm going
moron. Like, I just say I'm sorry, you're tasteless joke, and then
I'm going back savage. I'm going back savage in this shit. Fuck your feelings. Like, what?
Yeah.
Damn, like he said that after Vanessa Bryant sent her that
I think it was. Wait, while it's unclear whether the social outburst was aimed at anyone in particular, Mill's tweets came hours after Bryant's wife Vanessa had called him out. So that was after she called him out.
No.
You know how much more tasteless that can. Oh my god,
bro!
This guy's a fool.
I don't know no gangs, but don't show up in LA because that's bad right there.
That is some foolhardery, stupid shit right there.
You know how many people rep Kobe? Like, I remember someone got beat up because they thought it was funny when they said "fuck Kobe" in the heart of LA. They fucked that dude up.
Yeah, and apparently he said that he reached out to Miss Bryant.
Oh no, it's too late. It's too late.
Said sorry or whatever, but it's just like, listen, man, you're a cornball, dude. Like, that's just the bottom line.
Just go sit in the corner and get your detention.
Yeah, no, you ain't got that respect. I mean,
stare out the wall for 2 days or something, then come back when you have something else to say. Hell, if you want to pay for that shit, just go and donate to Kobe's charity of Mambas or Mambas Forever, and maybe that could make up for something. Then put out a detailed apology and say, yeah, I was stupid, because at this point, there's no need. You should be putting out nonsense comment like that. It just isn't warranted.
No, and the thing is, he's probably never gonna do that because he's probably gonna write off of it like as like an ego trip and just be like, "No, these people are crazy. 95 of these people who think I'm crazy are crazy."
Okay. Well, good luck with that. Then when you start getting a lot of hate messages, don't cry to anybody about it, because he was just having it coming then.
Yep, I agree.
Yeah, that's bad.
Yeah, it is. But fuck it. So we finally got the title of the Spider-Man movie, and Spider-Man: No Way From Home.
And I still keep telling you, that title is a boo-boo title.
This nigga, I swear, we have documentation. This nigga hates everything, bro.
Spider-Man,
I swear.
Homies. Because they're gonna have more Spider-Mans in there, so they're all homies. Spider-Man homies.
I would never.
Nigga, that name is garbage. Get that shit out of
there. I would never give you creative freedom over any project.
Yeah.
This is why that title sucks. No Way Home. How that man can have No Way Home?
I just realized that title is actually an Easter egg from Amazing Spider-Man 2 because I'm not sure if you remember when Andrew Garfield was all trying to find out about his dad's shit like that, and he was listening to that
detective.
Yeah, he was playing detective, and there's a song that was playing in the background, and it had that title in there.
Well, Guess we're gonna have Andrew Garfield comes in this. Then Tobey Maguire is gonna come in here. What are they? Spider-Man, two Spider-Man. Then we have Tom fucking Spider-Man in here. What are they? Spider
Tom
Brothers.
Spider Man.
What are they? Spider Brothers? Spider Homies? Get it? Spider Homies.
Nigga, no,
And
no.
You guys
Spider Man, no, no, I'm not gonna accept this title. Fuck that.
I'm gonna email Sony and tell them, Spider-Man.
Good luck.
I don't like this title, man.
Good luck, nigga.
I liked Homeworlds though. Homeworlds would have been a good alternative title. I didn't like the idea of like Home Run.
Oh, wait, they had a title on there called Spider-Man Home Run.
Yeah, no, there was if you.
What is he playing baseball?
Man, you don't understand the nuance.
This nigga really doesn't. He takes everything so literal. Like, nigga, please.
He's called a home run because he's running from home. He can't be home alone.
Yeah, and honestly, it seems like
Why is Spider-Man Home Alone then?
because of creative rights, because that would
Yeah.
be copyright infringement on the Home Alone franchise. I couldn't
Really?
do that.
yeah,
Yes, really.
yeah.
Spider-Man Alone Home. There we go.
Alone, nigga. I'm telling you, you are awful at names, bruh. No.
Okay. Just wait till my career pop off about naming shit. I'm gonna expect $20 apologies from all y'all niggas.
$20 apology.
I ain't gonna
Nigga.
career off of naming stuff.
Well, just wait. When it pop up, I'm gonna send you guys like the patented and trademark names that I came up with.
So they're gonna be like, think you're like Walter White, and then be like, yeah, he named it, and he has no other contributions other than that. He's not.
Oh my god.
Then he's gonna come to each of one of his constituents' houses, threaten to assassinate him.
Well, just wait, man. That movie is gonna be either be good or it's gonna be boo boo.
I mean, they haven't missed so far, but I mean, then again, well, no, Avi Arad isn't a part of it, so that's the reason why. That's the reason why Spider-Man 3 sucked, because Sam Raimi does not like the symbiotes, and Avi Arad and Sony was just like, you want to have the symbiotes, yes, like. So.
Yeah, we saw how that turned out. We haven't even had the inkling of symbiotes in the MCU yet, which is why I'm wondering with the whole Gore the God Butcher thing that's going to be happening in Thor, because that all black necro sword that he has is basically a symbiote. So I'm just wondering if that's the way they're going to backdoor in, symbiotes in the MCU.
After he gets destroyed, symbiote ran away and somehow ended up.
I mean,
Spider-Man.
No, not like that. I'm just saying,
okay.
it just as like a backdoor explanation, like symbiotes can be in the MCU now.
Oh,
like,
okay. You mean the entire race?
Yeah,
because
yeah.
You have an entire race of symbiotes.
Yeah, there is. Like, there's a planet just of them, which is insane. Like,
I'm just hoping that, like, what I'm hoping that they do is they have Andrew Garfield appear with the symbiote, because I'm pretty sure they're going to do the symbiote anyways with Spider-Man, because they just wanted to.
We don't want another Toby symbiote, because now this man's going to start busting the move over here. And
they can start dancing while he's doing the fucking fighting. Oh god.
Yeah, I don't know. That's probably the worst thing. I mean, I'm not gonna lie. Like, Tobey Maguire as Spider-Man, he didn't age well.
No, I told you, like, honestly, like, I know everyone just goes off of nostalgia, but honestly, man, he was the worst Spider-Man, dude. This is the way I have it broken down. He was a good Peter Parker because he was awkward, he was smart, and he was in school and all that shit. That nigga was an awful.
A good Peter Parker, because I'm not gonna lie, he was.
You don't think so? I think he had the whole nerdy shit down. I thought he was like had the whole nerdy shit down.
He looked like he graduated high school for the second time.
Well, shit. Okay. Well,
everyone. I mean, that's just me, but I mean, that's just the way that they did the casting for some reason. Because for some reason, they're just like, oh yeah, these 24-year-olds can pass as high school students.
Yeah.
Like half of them have like gray peach fuzz and shit like that. Like, they're like grown ass people. Like, when you remember that scene where he was just like, he was like, yeah, during the train, and his mask fell off, and he said they're all like, "Oh my god, he looks just like my son." Yeah, it's just like what?
How old is your son, bro? That man's a grown ass man.
Yeah, I'm surprised he didn't be like, yeah, he's just as old as my friend James from work. Like,
oh man,
because he just looked too old, and I don't know, it was just kind of corny, and you know, production people didn't even like Tobey Maguire.
Yeah, because I actually learned that from you that they said he's like a douchebag on set.
He's like difficult to work with, and it was like a theory that when he had this back injury, it was supposed to be so he can get more money, and they were gonna have Jake Gyllenhaal replace him. But then he was like, "Oh no, my back is fine, and no, that stuff did not age well.
Yeah, I cannot rewatch it. Like I tried, man. Like
I don't like Mary Jane.
I tried to watch it.
I prefer Zendaya's MJ over Kristen Dunst's MJ because
every time I think of Kristen Dunst, I just think of,
they did it better, bro.
Yeah, like I just think of fucking that interview with her where she sounded salty as shit when they were first doing Homecoming. Yeah, well, they're just cash grabs. Everyone knows we did it better. Like, shut up. Like, you sound salty as shit.
That's the one thing I'm actually looking forward to seeing because, well, she could put her money where her mouth is when she comes back as Mary Jane because
improve how they did it better, right?
Yeah, exactly.
I hope her acting is gonna be better because if not, then it would just reconfirm what I was saying that she's a shit Mary Jane.
Yep. But you say all that to say it's awesome. Which I guess that could that could have went into WandaVision, but I just wanted to quickly because I'm just seeing this topic we missed here. I just wanted to. I don't really listen to much of their music, but apparently Daft Punk, they're finito. They split up.
Oh, you mean they finally released that last song?
No, like they split up. Like they went their separate ways.
I mean, they are a bunch of old dudes, you know? You know how old those guys are? Those guys are in their like late 40s.
Oh, damn. Well, I mean, I don't know. I only listened to Daft Punk through the weekend, so I don't really know anything about it. I can imagine how sad it is. It's probably on a deeper level than when the Jonas Brothers broke up. But, I mean...
Yeah, I don't have much experience with their music besides like the stuff they done with Kanye, and then that song they had with Pharrell too. That was pretty good. But yeah, I never like went out of my way to listen to them. But I mean, I know they have a lot of fans and stuff, and a lot of people were like, "Oh, this sucks," you know. But I mean, you know, maybe they're just done.
I mean, they are music pioneer in your sense, but like
yeah, for sure.
They can't be doing that shit all the time anymore.
At some point, you do have to call it quits. Which I mean, I'm glad they did it. Like they did it with grace and not through like, hey, like we hate each other. Like they're throwing their helmets at each other. Like, I'm just glad that like it's more of like a hey, yeah, like this road had to come to an end, and we want to do this the right way.
Yeah, right. I mean they have been partners for a really long time. So if they just be kind of salty about it and just start insulting each other, that's not a good legacy to leave behind. Considering you've been partners for quadruple decade plus now. So
yeah, because I just don't want them to be kind of like the Beatles because like with John Lennon and stuff. I don't know how the relationship is now. Like I don't really listen to the Beatles at all, but I just know that like I did listen to Paul McCartney whenever he did the stuff with Kanye and stuff like that, and even like in the early 70s, possibly 80s, when John Lennon was getting pussy whipped by his wife Yoko Ono. Like I feel like she's partly the reason why they broke up.
Yeah,
the ladies thought she could sing, man.
Oh man, that shit was awful. Shit was awful.
Yeah.
I mean, I can't sing, so.
Yeah, but the thing is, though, is you're not gonna be sounding like a banshee, and just being like, like, what are you doing?
Oh no. Oh no. Oh yeah, we forgot this. So, Marvel actually got the rights back to Punisher and Jessica Jones finally. So that's cool.
Are they gonna keep them in the cast? Because I know Charlie Cox is gonna reprise his role. So like,
I hope so, because
did they say that, or did they? Let me see.
I don't know that whole information with the Charlie Cox thing, because now the last thing I heard from Emergency Awesome was that they're like casting for a lawyer, which is like, why just get Charlie Cox? He was Daredevil.
Didn't they say he was going to be in?
I don't know. There's like all these conflicting reports. Like, I just hope they do have him there, and if anything, at least keep John Bernthal as Punisher, man, because he was fucking awesome.
Yeah, he was.
Like, he was the only reason I actually started liking Punisher, because before that, I thought Punisher was fucking stupid. I'm not even gonna lie, but yeah, when he started with the character,
I like the Punisher. I like the Punisher even before John Bernthal, because like his movie was just hilarious because.
I mean, like, one of my favorite movie was Punisher Warzone. That movie was just a straight up violence from start to finish. Like, it was hilariously violent, bro. There's not like
he did a Batman year one and interrupted a fancy dinner party.
Yep.
Chopped off a chick's head with a machete. He just
like, that movie was just absurdly violent from beginning to end. There was like even Jigsaw or whatever his face was in that movie was even more crazier than the Netflix version of him.
Yeah.
Yeah. I need to watch that one. I never watched Punisher Warzone, so.
Yeah. But lastly, I guess we're gonna go into WandaVision episode 8. There are a lot of leaks that I saw, and I'm really I'm not gonna call them leaks. I'll just call them rumors at this point, because I'm glad that they didn't come true, because when I was reading it, I was like, yeah, this shit sucks. And yeah, this WandaVision right here, there's something big that's gonna happen, and they already showed the backstory to Wanda. She a mutant.
Yeah, she's without saying anything, she's a mutant. She had the hex probability powers as a kid. Mind Stone basically further deepened her reservoir of fucking inner badassness. And now, you know, it's cool that when she interacted with the Mind Stone, that she basically saw her future. Yeah, she looked fucking awesome. I'm just gonna say that. She looked pretty fucking awesome. Yeah. And I think
saw a picture of what she looked like during that vision. It was cleared up, thankfully, and that shit looked awesome.
Yeah, I bet.
Well, at least she's not enhanced anymore.
Yeah, dude, I just remember when they was like, we got 2 enhanced on the field. It's like, that's such a stupid name, dude. They're so happy they got the rights back for that shit. But yeah, it's just like, man, like, Agatha really bit off more than she could do. She really
did. In essence, if she is actually a mutant, it just opens us a chance that if she doesn't really have to really want to unlock other mutants, because all of them already pretty much, when the snap happened with Iron Man, they pretty much probably may have unlocked that mutant ability anyway.
Yeah, I mean, think about it. Like, how many snaps happened? Like 3 on Earth? Like, first the Thanos one, then fucking Hulk, and then Iron Man. Like, that's 3 snaps at once.
Right.
Like
that entire Mind Stone thing, or Vision, or whatever the hell she was going through, pretty much imply that the Infinity Stone has the ability to awaken or amplify that dominant mutant gene that they already have.
Yeah, so it could be possible. There's all that cosmic energy that from those snaps, because even Rocket, when in the Infinity War or Endgame or Infinity War, whatever he was saying, like the snaps cause like a huge cosmic like energy like surge. So
yeah,
I'm sure that they can use that or whatever other thing to explain mutants appearing. But yeah, it's gonna be nuts, and I know that Agatha, she's dead. She's gonna get disintegrated.
I mean, she's a cool comedic relief character, but she doesn't seem like a bad movie villain anyway.
No, she's not. It's gonna be the person that she's working for that's gonna be. You know, we just don't know who it is. It could be Chthon. It could be.
I think it's gonna be a teaser though.
Nightmare. I don't think they're gonna. They're not gonna appear, because those beings from the realms that they're in, they can't come into the earthly plane. Like, they have to use other means to like get what they want, basically. So
Yeah.
Also, I think the Vision body that they're reviving is gonna be like the final villain for
yeah, that'll be her
this
chance
stuff.
for her to
Yeah,
move on. Yeah, he's gonna get
to
destroyed.
actually
Yeah,
kill Vision properly.
yeah,
Probably, I don't know. This would be like the
yeah.
third
He's
time
just
she's
like
actually murdering him.
he's like Wanda. I remember you. Now die. Some shit. That's probably what this is gonna happen. They're gonna well, there's that rumor that he's gonna have the Ultron voice or whatever, right? So because they saw what's his name, James Spader, listed on the
That's
thing.
gonna be so
That's
dope.
awesome, bro.
So he's just like, nobody has strings on me, bitch.
He's gonna be dancing doing the Millie Rock, just like.
God, see this nigga.
Oh man! Oh, real quick, Charlie Cox is also reprising his role because they said that he shot some material for the film. So.
Oh fuck! Thank you. All right, good. So yeah, just
that wouldn't
bring
make any
back.
sense because like there's nothing saying that he's not in the MCU. They already established that.
Wait,
The
who's
Defenders.
that now?
Charlie Cox, Daredevil.
Charlie Cox is
Yeah.
Daredevil because that
Oh,
all
okay.
takes place in the MCU. They just never kept up with it because they always just
I mean,
refer
if
to
a
the.
shitty show like Agents of Shield continuously kept being in there, why can't they just leave the Netflix guys in there too?
Exactly.
Because they were saying like they weren't referencing anything past the they weren't referencing anything past the first Avengers movie, which is like, okay, when does it take place? And I just think it just took place.
That's because they didn't want to butt that self down with the detail. They just want to do their own stuff because the more you keep referencing those things in the movie, it's just gonna keep
Yeah, but it didn't have to be through dialogue. They could have just been like, yeah, the Daredevil's on the run again, and other things in the news. Superheroes are illegal now. Like they could have mentioned the Sokovia Accords through the news. Like it didn't have to be like Daredevil.
Yeah, so overt.
It's just being like, so Captain America's like a criminal now, and I don't know what we're gonna do.
You guys have a point, I guess.
Yeah, it doesn't have to be so overt.
You can reference things in a background sense that doesn't have to like be a direct.
Because I mean, they did that in a lot in Jessica Jones when they mentioned the what's that prison nonsense that they take.
The Raft.
Rikers Island.
The Raft, yeah.
Yeah, the Raft.
No, the Raft, not
Yeah.
Rikers Island.
Oh.
Yeah, I think it was the Raft.
Super
Yeah.
villain suit.
Yeah, because isn't that where they took the her best friend at the end?
Yeah, they did.
Yeah, because that shit was funny. Because I remember that Trish, she started being evil as shit, and then she realized she was a villain. Like that detective was just sitting there reading all the shit she did. She's like, "Oh, I'm a bad guy. Fuck." I was just like, "Yeah, you piece of shit."
I mean, she had a good idea, but she just started going about it in the most extreme way because, like, the entire idea that she was just jealous of Jessica Jones and thinking like Jessica Jones doesn't care enough for people. Jessica Jones cared a little bit too much. At the same time, because she cared too much, she realized putting too much of her energy in there is just gonna not be a good thing for her at all. So she just revert her energy from caring too much to just not caring at all, because if she cares less, that way she don't have to hurt nobody.
But even in that, she still failed. Like that's what made her character interesting, is because as much as she tried not to care about people, she still ended up caring about people anyway and helping them. So yeah, hopefully they keep Kristen Ritter too. I actually like her. So I guess we'll see what the future holds for those characters. I don't know, with Luke Cage, I mean, I guess he can stay, but I don't know, man. Like the first season of Luke Cage, it was fine. But season 2, they just dropped the ball. Like as soon as I'll never forget. As soon as I load up the first episode and I hear one of these niggas say, "I know you're woke, but that don't mean you got to be broke." I was like, okay, come on, man. Is this what we're doing now? Really?
I mean, better than Iron Fist.
Nigga. I was even gonna mention Iron Fist, nigga. No one talks about that. That's just dead in the water somewhere, drowned.
They just need to toss Iron Fist somewhere.
Yeah, Iron Fist, get that nigga recasted.
And also, if they're gonna find a new actor who plays Iron Fist, please make sure this guy actually knows martial arts.
Yeah.
That doesn't know martial arts just because they fit the bill of Iron Fist.
Yeah, because man, I just remember too. Like Iron Fist season 1 was a fucking just abomination, and then like season 2 was like better. But as soon as you got to the end, it was just like, you guys are fucking idiots. Like, why are you doing this? This nigga has 2 pistols with Iron Fist energy, and he's shooting Iron Fist fucking bullets. Like, what are you... Like, what? Like, as soon as I saw it, I just turned it off. I was like, this is just garbage, man.
That didn't care anymore. Like, this man turned into Ranger Face to me.
Yeah, I was just like, what the hell are you guys doing? Like,
he said, I'm Marksman's Fist down, man.
Marksman's Fist? Oh, God.
I stopped watching that.
Yeah, good reason.
After the first season, and also like Defenders didn't work out either. I was just like, nah,
Yeah, no, like the only cool thing that happened in the entirety of that was Colleen getting like her Chief Fist energy. Yeah, no, that's Misty you're talking about. I'm talking about when Colleen got her Iron Fist energy and she like channeled that shit into her blade. I was like, that shit is tight. I was like, that's cool. Like, okay, that's something that's cool. But then as soon as they did the fucking, I think
they should have just killed Danny in season 1 and make Colleen and make.
Yeah, seriously, because she's more compelling and interesting than this nigga ever is. Like, honestly,
she actually had like a boots on the ground problem that she was dealing with, trying to save a dojo and all those other things that's going on. This guy Danny he literally had no problem at all. Came into everybody's life and ruined everything that they had going on. Like, literally, everybody had a great life until Danny came back and fucked everything over.
Yeah.
Yeah, seriously, he should have just, like, stayed where the hell he was, because as soon as he came back, everybody's life just went to shit. His best friend / almost family member, this man over here, I mean, he was a drug addict, but he just straight up went far on the drugs even more than before. Then I don't know, what's that chick's name?
Oh, I know what you're talking about. You're talking about Ward and and the sister.
And her sister, his sister, yeah. His sister all of a sudden somehow became an evil villain because, well, I would blame.
I mean, she blamed Danny for the fact that, like, their father died, but the father was a piece of shit.
Yeah,
like,
and he was already dead.
I mean, this nigga killed someone with a fucking ice cream scooper. Like, how much more evil can you get? Like, honestly.
Then he just came back to review that he wasn't dead. So, like, I don't know what the hell he was freaking bitching or what she was bitching about. Like, your dad was already dead. All Danny did was just confirm that he wasn't dead. He didn't, like, bring any big revelations. Let's talk about, he killed my dad. No, bitch. Your dad was already dead.
That was an awful show. Recast this nigga. Honestly, you could keep Colleen, but if you're gonna recast one, you probably just recast everyone. But I mean, it is what it is.
I mean, like the great part about it, they don't even need to bring Iron Fist back anymore because we're gonna have Shang-Chi now. So screw Iron Fist.
Yeah, that is true because Shang-Chi is supposed to be like the best martial artist in Marvel. So
screw Iron Fist. That guy just have a glowing hands. Yeah.
That is funny when you think about it. All this nigga does is hand glows and like do a force blast or some shit. Like, and that's about it. Oh.
I bet you he can't even take on Ronan and Hawkeye anyway, because if he tried that shit, Hawkeye would just chop off both of his arm and tell him, bitch, try again. In like 20 years. Fucking fool.
That was funny too when you think about it, because like him and Daredevil had like what, a sparring match or something. He got his ass beat by a blind nigga.
They just ruined the entire character because you want to cast somebody who doesn't know martial arts in real life. So like, anything that he does is just gonna like seem stupid.
Yeah, it's true.
If you're gonna cast somebody who, for a role that is martial arts centric, please let this guy be at least a freaking pink belt.
Pink belt, nigga. That's not even a level. Like, what the fuck are you talking about?
That's what I mean. Have a basic martial art knowledge.
Nigga, then don't say pink belt. Like, what the fuck are you talking about, nigga? That's not even a level.
Of course, it's not a level. That's the entire point I'm making, bro. I don't know shit about martial arts. There's nobody who's gonna cast me as Iron Fist. So cast somebody who has a basic knowledge of martial arts. So
Yeah,
pink
we
belt
get that.
is-
But pink belt is not a level you get to.
no,
There's purple,
it
there's
is
blue.
it is in my opinion. If he at least had a pink belt, he would have had a better showing than whatever the hell.
All right, Izzy. All right, you got it, nigga. You got it. Like, I swear, this nigga just talks nonsense. Oh, I mean, we just still have this topic, or do you guys want to save that clothing topic for next podcast, or you just want to talk about
We
it?
can save it for next podcast. I think we're nearing like 2 hours.
Yeah, we're at 1 hour and 34. So.
That should do it.
All right, yeah. So yeah, we'll talk. We have this interesting clone topic we'll talk about next podcast. But yeah, thank you guys for tuning in. We had a great time. A lot of topics,
And pretty soon, I'm gonna start updating you guys with my weird ass dreams that I've been having. I'm gonna be having you 10 minutes of the segment explaining to you guys my dreams on the podcast. Yeah.
I'm not against that because this nigga do be having some weird ass dreams. So, shit.
So look forward to that.
All right, yeah, that was it. You listened to episode 9. Thanks for listening. Like, subscribe, share, do all that fun shit. Peace.
Tiger Woods.
I got a driver.